What's going on, it's the RapNerd. I'm here today to review a new found footage horror movie called Dashcam. It's directed by Rob Savage, a guy who did this really dope horror movie that was kind of like a found footage film via webcam called Host that released, I think, last year or 2020. These years are just kind of since the pandemic hit, I'm all over the place. But he directed that movie, and it was really damn good and really entertaining, really scary, a good thing to watch with a bunch of friends. So if you like that movie, I definitely suggest you watch this new movie, Dashcam, like I just said. So the story follows this girl named Annie who is a complete asshole. Like, they make it pretty clear that she's an asshole, and they don't go any way about it. Like, they make the character very unlikable. So it makes for a fun watch because you're kind of hoping shit happens, just because she is just she's an asshole for no reason. You know, there's people who always joke, but the way they joke is very sarcastic, and it makes you want to look at them and be like, yo man, shut up, stop talking. This is exactly Annie in a nutshell. So she is, of course, she lives in America, and she's pretty much an anti-vaxxer. She makes it pretty damn clear, and there's a whole bunch of other controversies with her regarding wearing a MAGA hat, and that's where the controversy stems from, and I'll get to that later. But she's tired of the bullshit. She's tired of all the rules and regulations of America when it comes to the pandemic and COVID. So she flies over to London to see one of her friends, to kick it with one of her friends and his girlfriend. And when she gets over there, she continues her asshole isms, and she soon finds out that, you know, London is the same exact way. So she's at her friend's house, right? This is a dude, and his girlfriend doesn't like her at all. She kind of has the same sentiment as everybody else, thinking that she's an asshole, and she does another asshole thing and takes his car, right? And out for a night, because the guy, he does Uber Eats or whatever the equivalent is over there. So she takes his car out for a night just to be an asshole, and ends up getting into some major shit. And I know all of that was a lot to say, but it's not really spoilers, because nothing, that's just really much, that's pretty much the setup, honestly. And I'm preparing you now because the whole setup, that's all it is. There's no type of scares or anything. But man, when it gets to that point when she goes out, just do the scares and all the craziness ramp up. Holy shit. If you are a fan of found footage movies, and if you like Host, like I said, this other movie he did, you will like this one. I found myself thoroughly entertained, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I found myself doing this again as the screen was coming around, and as the camera turns with different angles, and oh man, it's a riot. And what I like about it most is this is a found footage movie that has a lot of thought put into it. Like, there are imagery that gets thrown. There's imagery that gets thrown at you, and things that happen that make you question what's going on. And it's like you're not given the answer, but with the context, you can kind of like put two and two together. And I have my concept of what the whole thing is about. Yeah, I liked it. I want to watch it again just so I can catch more clues of stuff of what the fuck is going on, because it's literally a movie you're watching like, what is happening? And it doesn't give you that much room to breathe. Like, I'm telling you, when that ball starts rolling, when she goes out that night, I mean, that shit rolls into something that's just nuts at the end, man. Like, nuts, dead ass. So I this is one of them. Like, I hope Shudder gets it, so it can be seen more, because damn, this is crazy. But anyway, so the controversy of the movie, you know, it was supposed to be in theaters, but they canceled the screens because they said that it was very insensitive to, you know, in a few ways, especially mostly COVID victims. It says that it was insensitive. And like I said, the girl is perceived and portrayed as being very anti-vax, very anti-vax, like straight up 100%. Like, she don't sugarcoat it. She says stuff, and she just talks shit about, you know, COVID, like a lot before the ball gets rolling and stuff happens. But like I said, I feel like I'm never gonna tell anybody the way they should feel is wrong. So if you feel offended by it, then you have that right. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. But personally, to me, I didn't see anything that was too insensitive. And to be honest, I think the level of insensitivity and just over the top asshole she was so, like I said, it was so hyper elevated that was the point. And it also goes with the themes of what's happening. That's why it's so on the nose with shit she's saying. It is very symbolic of what happens with the story. Like as it plays out and the shit happens, everything that she just did prior, it goes along with that. Now, not to mention, like, it makes you as an audience member like, yeah, she deserves this shit. Being an asshole, or told you so. You can't be running around doing this thing. And she even ends up biting herself in the foot during the movie, when the ball gets rolling. There's things that she says prior that she ends up doing, and it just makes for an interesting, story. And like I said, the imagery and things that you're shown, and I don't want to spoil anything because this is something, it elevates quickly. It goes from one thing to the next, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, this is definitely one of the best found footage movies in the recent years. Like, it's up there. Like I said, there's a lot to take away from it. There's a lot to process. I've been talking for like 7 minutes right now because it's just not your typical standard like jump scares. There's messages in here, and I feel like, again, all of the insensitivities are done purposely to help push a message. And to be real, everything that she's saying, right? The stuff that she's saying and being anti-vax and MAGA-like, this is all shit that I've seen on Twitter. This is all shit that I've seen on the news. Like, I've seen people say this exact same stuff. So I guess that's why for me it's not like that shocking, because I'm like, this is stuff that's come out of people's mouths. Like, how do you feel about vaccinations? Like, she says like it's a scam, and who do you know that's died from COVID? Like, people have said that. I've seen people tweet that. I've heard people say that. So I don't think that he's like the director wrote this or crafted it to be malicious. He's bringing the reality of how people felt about COVID to the forefront, And again, but I'm not gonna say that if you're offended, I'm not saying you can't be offended, because everybody can be offended about whatever they want. So I don't want to ever say that. But personally, I didn't find it that tasteless, and I saw the plot and beat points that they were going for. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Dashcam, if you can rent it, it's only like $6 on Amazon. I think Google, I think everywhere it's pretty cheap. It's only about an hour and 10 minutes, so you can burn through that thing. And it was a fun ride, man, and a really, really enjoyable ride. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. So like, if you like found footage movies and you want to find something new, this is one to put in that modern list of found footage, man. And if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, and until next time, peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy.